Hi guys, it's Adam for What Culture, backstage at WCPW Loaded, joined by the villain and the new #1 contender, Marty Scurll. Marty, congratulations, #1 contender.
Well, you say we're backstage, we're actually in a MMA cage, and I'm just as surprised as you are. I didn't realise it was #1 contendership till today, so normally I'm just, brought in to, sell some tickets, you know what I mean? Obviously, put bums in seats, that's what the villain's here for. I didn't actually realise they were going to put me in a match that actually mattered, but here I am, new #1 contender. Who would have thunk it?
And it's been, I think, nearly 2 months since you last wrestled in the UK. What's it like being back? Because you've been all over the place recently.
It's great, man. Like the fans have been really, really responsive and really supported me while I've been away. Obviously in places like Japan and United States of America with Ring of Honor and PWG. So I guess while I was here, people, maybe they took me for granted a little bit, but then I buggered off. Like, oh, come back! So I came back tonight, and the crowd were great. Yeah, they were very responsive, and I think it's that respect thing. I think they appreciate that, I've helped build this scene, and there's a respect level there. So yeah, the fans were really good tonight. They were white hot.
It's fantastic having you back. And you mentioned obviously being over in the States, and one of the most recent pieces of news is, of course, you being on Stone Cold's podcast, which I think comes out next week.
Oh, hell yeah. How was that?
That's pretty spot on, yeah.
Is there a question, or are you just putting over the fact I'm mates with Steve Austin now?
A little bit of that, yeah. What was that like, and what was that like to be asked, and what was that like to be on?
It's cool, man. Like, no, I mean, obviously, Steve Austin, one of the best, isn't he? He was quite good back in the day. So, no, Austin, what I like about Steve Austin is that obviously he's one of the best wrestlers of all time, undoubtedly, and one of the biggest draws, if not the biggest draw. But he is doing everything the right way. He's like the benchmark for a veteran wrestler. He had his day, but he appreciates that wrestling is different now, but he doesn't crap on it. He embraces it and he enjoys it and he loves wrestling. And that's why I respect him the most, is because we share that in common. We both love professional wrestling, and he still works in it to this day. He does 2 podcasts a week. So, I've got a lot of respect for Steve Austin, and obviously it was a little bit daunting going to his house and knocking on the door. Hello, Steve, it's me, the villain. But we got on great. So hopefully this is the start of a new friendship. Maybe I'll even ask Steve Austin if he wants to join the Bullet Club. That'd be cool, right? Can you imagine? Like, I mean, the Bullet Club never get beaten up anyway. But let's say, God forbid we were, and then, oh no, the Bullet Club's down. He's just driving to the ring on a forklift or something. It's Steve Austin. Boom, wham, wham. Oh, that'd be brilliant, right?
Not bad as a special guest enforcer.
Man, I'd take it. Steve Austin, if you're watching, you won't be watching this, but I'd like to. I don't know if I'm allowed to invite members of the Bullet Club all of a sudden. I've only been a member myself for a few months. Just start inviting everyone. But I think we can all agree Steve Austin's pretty badass. So,
yeah. An honorary member, so for certain. You've obviously experienced nerves. You've wrestled some huge matches in front of some massive crowds. What were the nerves like for you going to Stone Cold Steve Austin's house? And how do you prepare for something like that?
To be honest with you, I wasn't really that. I thought I was a lot less nervous than I thought I would be, mainly because I listened to him for so long on his podcast and I'm a big fan of his show. I kind of almost feel like I knew him anyway. Like, oh, I know Steve. Yeah, I listen to his podcast. I know exactly what he's like. But then I actually met him briefly at the New Japan show in LA, and he was super cool then. And then I spoke to him a few times on the phone, and then you realise, oh, okay, he is Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he's a normal guy. He's a wrestler. He's someone who loves wrestling. So nerve-wracking, but he's just such a nice guy, and he wanted to talk to me, he wanted to meet me as well. So he's just a down-to-earth guy. So a little bit nervous on the way to his house. Thought, oh God, I hope he doesn't hate me. But as soon as I started speaking to him, I was like, nah, he's cool, man. I like him.
Amazing. Coming back to tonight, you could hear how much the crowd were invested in it, and the support that you had. It's amazing to see that, and especially considering like the evolution of your character, because I know obviously it's you've developed into this villain, haven't you? I know you've mentioned before it's sort of always been there, but the evolution into this character has been truly fascinating to watch. How's it been for you?
To be honest with you, it's been a blast. Like, I'm in a really good place at the moment. I absolutely love what I'm doing. I get to travel the world, get to make a great living doing something that I love, get to experience different cultures, meet different people. So, and I have a lot of freedom. I'm my own boss. It's great. And my favorite thing with my character is just trying to be creative, trying to come up with things that people haven't seen before, but not necessarily a really super cool move, but maybe something different, maybe help people think differently. I think my vision for wrestling is, people ask me a lot of the time, what's your goal? And of course there's things like, oh, I want to be the world champion, I want to be this, and I want everyone to think I'm the best. But that stuff obviously I would like, but at the same time my goal is to captivate people and to exhilarate, and I think I can do that through the platform of wrestling. So when people do jump on board, obviously it's a great feeling.
Absolutely. One final question for you. How many umbrellas have you gone through so far?
Hundreds. I sold one for £2,000.
I saw that.
£2,050. That's like $2 million to the American people. So a lot, yeah. And maybe, I mean, it's a staple part of my act, but like you said, the act's ever evolving, so maybe one day I might switch to something else. Who knows? Maybe I'll start coming to the ring in an MMA cage like this. What do you think? Yeah, man. That'd be marketable, right?
Probably.
You can buy my umbrellas now. Actually, they sold out. You can't buy them, but when they get back in stock, you can buy villain umbrellas on prowrestlingtees.com/Marty Scurll. So yeah, I'm the guy that managed to make umbrellas marketable. So if I've not achieved anything else, I've achieved that.
And if they're going to sell anywhere umbrellas, they're going to sell in England.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes. That is kind of the reason for the umbrella. I don't think people with these umbrellas are actually using it to block from the rain, but I digress.
Marty, it's been a pleasure chatting to you. Congratulations again on becoming #1 contender. And are
we gonna like have a little spar now? Then is that what we do? That's what I got told the interview was. It's like, this guy will ask you a bunch of boring questions, then you have a fight in the cage. That's why I agreed to it.
Yeah.
We doing it?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Marty, pleasure to chat to you. Best of luck next week against Joe Hendry, and best of luck against me in a second.
Yeah, well, I'm going to need it, clearly.
Cheers.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.